morning. This is a video about speed limits not being targets, okay? So a speed limit is just the maximum speed that you can do on the safest part of the road. Clearly, I'm talking about the speed limits in the red rings, yeah, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe 60 and 70 actually as well, but you've also got the national speed limit sign, yeah, the white one with the black slash, yeah. Now the white one with the black slash, lots of different types of vehicles have different top speeds for those roads. So on a single carriageway with the white line down, if you're in a normal car or on a motorbike, you're going to be able to do 60. And if you're on a dual carriageway, when there's a centre reservation, something that splits the traffic up, the oncoming traffic is split from you with concrete or grass, then you're allowed to do 70. Sorry about the helicopter. That is really, really loud. Can you hear that? Oh my gosh, that's so loud. I hope you can hear me. Where was I? Yeah, so they are the maximum that you can go on the road. They are not a target. So today I did a mock test for somebody, and it was his first mock test, and it's always quite stressful for the student on the first mock test. Now, a lot of the time when I'm doing mock tests for people drive too slowly, right? But sometimes you get the odd student who will go way too fast, right? And when you drive like this, when it's way too fast, it doesn't feel safe. So the student will be panicking, perhaps maybe because they think that the person behind wants them to go faster, or maybe they're panicking perhaps because they think, oh, I'm on a test and now it's like, this is a new speed limit and I've got to go really fast and I need to bomb, like I need to, as soon as I go through there, I need to like shove all my speed on and I'm like losing control of the steering a little bit. You just want to build your speed gradually, firmly, solidly, and just literally build it, yeah, in sections, and you're just coming up in a business-like fashion to go to the fastest speed limit, if it's safe to do so. It is not a target, it's the maximum speed that you can do on the safest part of the road. And what I mean by that is if you get a national speed limit road and it's really bendy, that is a hazard that is not going to allow you to achieve the full speed limit. If you've got black and white chevrons and you've got a national speed limit road, you cannot do the maximum. There's black and white chevrons, sharp bends, yeah? There could be bad weather conditions, snow, fog, yeah, rain. There may be lots of potholes. There may be bikes and scooters. There may be other cars or broken down cars or buses or trucks or whatever. So it isn't a target. There is multiple reasons of situations that would make you go slower. Like one of the roads that I have to use on an extremely regular basis is a national speed limit. And it is the smallest country road you have ever seen. I've made a video about it. And at the beginning, it's like national speed limit, white one with the black slash. So me as a car user, that it was top speed 60. Guys, if I did 60 on that road, I wouldn't be here making this video with you. Some of the turns on that particular road, I have to do in first. You have to beep the horn to show that you are there before you go around blind bends. At night time, you could flash your lights to say, I am here. Those bends are absolutely horrendous. You're not going to be able to go around there in 60. Maybe I'll link my video below if I remember to do it. It's just, you'll see, it's horrendous. Sometimes I say that the national speed limit sign is the laziest sign on the road, because it's like you're outside of towns, you're outside of restrictions, and they just like shove the national speed limit sign up. They're like, yeah, do you know what? You're outside of any restrictions now. So just like the top speed that you can do is the tops one for your vehicle, and that's the top you can go. So if it's bendy, then you've got to choose it, and if it's straight, then fair enough, you can go faster. So I've drawn a picture. Right, so let's just say on this fictional picture that I've made for you that you've got 30s in the centre, right? And then you've got like roads that come out, which is the national speed limit. See, national speed limit, national speed limit. These are all like roads, different types of road from your 30 to go into, yeah? Fictional, right? So, but it does the job. Now, let's just say you were leaving this 30-mile-an-hour road to go on this national speed limit road. Remember, all vehicles have different national speed limits, right? In a car and motorbike, we can do 60 on a single carriageway, with the line down the middle, 70 on a dual carriageway with the separation with a crash barrier, grass, cement, right? But let's just say these are country roads, okay, just for the process of this picture. So let's just say you were leaving this 30 to go on this particular national speed limit sign and this road is extremely straight. Now this road, you're more likely to be able to do the speed limit of 60 if it was a country road, a single carriageway, because it's straight, right? So you might be able to do 60, unless there's other hazards, obviously, like broken down vehicles or whatever. But let's just say there's no hazards and you're on a straight road. You might be able to comfortably do 60 on this road. Okay. Now let's just say you came to this one, this national speed limit, and you left the 30, and then this national speed limit was straight to begin with. So you might be able to do 60 on there, but then it gets well wiggly. And then you might have to use like first for some of these nasty beasts, yeah? But it's not like they're going to come and like change the speed limit around here with different signs. It's just up to you as the driver to like think, hold on, I've left this like bit that's like okay for me to do the full speed limit on, but now it's got all wiggly and nasty. Now I need to use my brain as the qualified driver to like pick the safe speed limit for the conditions of the road. This one here, this national speed limit is well bendy. It's very unlikely that you're going to be able to get to 60 at any point of this particular one. It's well bendy. Yeah? This one, potentially you could do 60 because it's lovely and straight. This one, bendy to begin with, can't, and then it becomes straight at the end. Maybe you could do 60 when you're travelling down that part of the road, maybe. Maybe this one you could start with 60 on that straight bit if it's safe to do so, and then it becomes bendy again. And then you, the driver, need to choose a safe speed limit for the conditions of the road. Is it raining? What's the weather conditions like? Is there any hazards like other vehicles, slow moving vehicles, bends, like I said. So it's not a target. The other thing about when you're using the incorrect speed, because after I did this mock test with my student today, and he was driving a bit too fast on this mock test, we spoke about the speed, and I said, you know, how did it feel when you were driving? And he said, yeah, at times I felt like I was going too fast. Now, as the driver, if you feel like you're going too fast, you're going too fast. Guys, it's not private. You're not going to be able to be sat there in a car going, oh, I feel out of control. And then for you to be privately the only person who feels like that. The entirety of the car will know that we're not in control because everybody's in tune with safety and looking after their lives. So everybody will be able to feel that. I'm telling you, it's not private. If you are going too fast and you feel out of control, everybody in the car knows, I'm telling you. So if you feel it, then slow down, okay? Really important. Anticipate danger. I've made a whole video about that. If you're coming up to a bend, don't just blindly go into it without like thinking, oh yeah, I can just go around and nothing's going on. You know, like I had a student just now and we were just coming round at like a normal bend and somebody was overtaking a bike at a pedestrian crossing, almost on our side of the road, almost on a bend. You know, we're just talking about, we had speed bumps on that road, so we were probably doing 20, but it felt well dodgy. You know, they're overtaking on a bend. So if that was a 60-mile-an-hour road, even if you've got good position, you need to anticipate that these things are going to happen. You need to take off some speed and be prepared for hazards like that. You may need to go slower. Anticipation is really, really, really important because it keeps your speed correct for the situation and it also keeps your position good, right? You've got more time to react if the other person's being crazy, right? But yeah, it's not private, guys. It's not private. So if you can use your body as a radar and feel into it and go, do you know what? Because people know, they can feel into like whether they're safe or not, okay? So in a nutshell, the speed limits are not targets. Yes, we need to make progress. Yes, on your driving test, it's important that we don't go too slowly and drive like a learner. Yes, of course. But we do need to choose the safe speed limits for the conditions of the road. And if we feel that we're out of control, we are. If you feel out of control and you're doing correct speed limits, obviously you just need more practice and you'll be guided by your accompanying driver about that. But most of the time, if you feel out of control as the driver, you need to make sure that you're at a safe speed limit to keep you, your passengers and everybody else safe on the road. If you're sat there going, I'm out of control, how dangerous that is. You're holding all your pedestrians in your own life. Sorry, you're holding all of your passengers and your own life and you're out of control. Nobody can stop the car. Yeah, make sure that you choose safe speed limits for the conditions. Bendy, go as slow as you feel that you need to for the bends. Right, really important. If it's safe to do so and it's straight enough and there's no hazards, fair enough. Pick up your speed in a safe, organised, solid way in a progression. Don't just shove it all on. There might be someone overtaking you anyway. Yeah, so just go through the speed limit, check your mirrors, make sure you're okay, and just progressively build it, yeah, if it's safe to do so, and respond to new hazards by using anticipation. All right, guys, so I really hope that helps you today. And yeah, just work with your driving instructor on it and just make sure that you feel into it. Use your body as a radar. How do I feel? And just know it's not private. Your driving instructor can feel if you've gone too fast, for example. Your parent can feel. If somebody turns around to you and says, can you slow down, or I feel unsafe, or like, oh, they're doing things like that, you must slow down because your passenger is literally telling you that they feel unsafe. Yeah. All right, guys, I really hope that helps you today, and I'll see you on the next one.